Hello and welcome to my world of crochet. My name is Tina and today I'm here with you for another Sort My Stash 2024 video, and this is going to be part 9, and part 9 contains a bunch of Cotton Kings Sultan Deluxe cakes and some YarnArt Rosegarden, as I'm personally reasonably sure that these two type of yarns are made on the same factory. It's just different labels and different colorways. But we will have a closer look at those yarns together, and yeah, you may tell me what you think, but honestly I feel that it's the same factory making the yarns, and there is a very high chance that indeed it is the same yarn, just different colorways. And it's wonderful. Like, I'm all for different colorways. It gives us plenty of opportunities to design exactly the garment or the piece or whatever that fits our needs and, you know, and desires within our colors. And I do have a lovely assortment of colors here. As always, we cannot talk yarn without me having my faithful mug of tea, and today that tea is the Nijmeeg's Tots. That is a local tea blend from the city of Nijmegen, which is not very far from where I live. It's about 10 minutes in car, or 20 with the bus, because obviously the bus has to stop on the way. It is a wonderful black tea, and it contains, it's a fruity, fresh black tea taste. It has, let's see, raisin and pineapple and cornflower and rose leaves. So this is how it looks. It is a loose tea blend, so you can see through here basically a little bit about how it looks. I do apologize for the flash and flare here, but that's pretty much it. You take a label of this, enter it to a tea bag for these loose teas, or tea on tea egg, boiling water on top, and you let it stand for about 3 to 5 minutes, depending on how strong you want it to be. I think it's a lovely fresh tea taste that I get from it, so therefore it is just a tea that I really enjoy for a good comfy time. And trust me, these yarns, they really irradiate. Like, I'm in love. I see it in front of me, so we're gonna go through them. What I am gonna do before we go through them is I'm going to give you a little sneak peek. So let's get the camera turned around. I hope you enjoyed the sneak peek. As I said, it is really a sneak peek because else it's no fun. And it's just some temptation as to what we're gonna talk about during this video. And I think it makes most sense to take the only single cake I have, which is a Cotton Kings Sultan Deluxe Shine. The Cotton Kings Sultan Deluxe and Sultan Deluxe Shine is being bought on the Hobby website. So HOBBII.com, for example, and it will revert you if you have any other local websites for your local language. They ship to more or less all countries in the world. I think there might be a few exceptions, but they do ship really in most places. Absolutely wonderful, gorgeous yarn. My recommendation though is regarding these Sultan cakes is keep an eye out for their sales. Once every so often they do go on sales, and that is cheaper than if you have to buy them for the normal standard price, because then they are rather expensive yarns. Definitely. But yeah, so let's start with the Cotton Kings Sultan Deluxe Shine, which is the only one I have of the shine versions, and that's absolutely a gorgeous yarn, and it's named, I do believe it's the one they call Imperial Purple, and it is a colorway 8. So let's just start by having a really nice close look at this. I think it's so gorgeous. Cotton Kings Sultan Deluxe Shine Imperial Purple. I'm thinking a really gorgeous sunset. I am. It's just, I'm speechless. This is such a gorgeous yarn, and I'm so happy that I have it. in my stash. As mentioned, it's in colorway 8. But let's talk about the yarn specs of the Sultan Deluxe Shine. They are 250 grams, so that's 8.8 ounces, and that you get about 1,000 meters of yarn, so 1,093 yards. It is very soft, even though it does have some lurex, if I'm not remembering wrong. No, it says polyester. So it is 96% cotton and 4% polyester. Polyester is, of course, what makes this shiny golden sparkles in it, and it's just the most gorgeous yarn. Good. They recommend 3.5 to 4 millimeter crochet hooks or 2.5 to 3.5 millimeter knitting needles should you want to knit with it. They classify it as a 2-weight fine yarn, which I do agree with. It's definitely a fine yarn. Definitely. It is on the thinner end of a 2. It's Oeko-Tex branded 100, which means it's tested against any harmful substances. It is wash at 30 degrees Celsius, so that's 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Lay flat to dry. You can dry clean. Do not iron. Do not bleach. Do not tumble dry. And this yarn is produced in Turkey for Hobby. And it is thus designed by Hobby in Denmark. And you can obviously buy it at hobby.com. Imperial Purple. I think this is the most gorgeous yarn. It is unfortunately the only shine I have. I know they also have this without the shines. So the Selm Imperial Purple without the shiny colors. I do want to get more of the shines. Just because I think they're really gorgeous. But it's not on top of my list right now. So it's just like, you know, if I come to this really great offer or there's a specific project I want to make where it fits really well in, then I will probably invest in some more shine. But until then, that is the only one I have, and it will remain a little bit, I guess, lonely, you could say, for now. Then I have a bunch of Cotton Kings Deluxe. They are twisted yarns, so they're spun yarns. They are not loose strands. And we also here have a bunch of different colors, obviously. I believe that they're having the exact same yarn specs as the YarnArt flowers, or not YarnArt Rosegarden, sorry, YarnArt Rosegarden. But what I want to do is I want to go through these Cotton Kings one by one, and then we're gonna go through the Rosegarden. And I'll read you the specs, but you will really not be surprised because they are really the same yarns. The only difference from the shine is that these are 100% cotton. So we're having the exact same yarn specs, 250 grams to a cake. So in this cake, we have 250 grams. We have 1,000 meters of yarn, so 1,093 yards. It's 100% cotton. It's recommending 2.5 to 3.5 millimeter knitting needles or 3.5 to 4 millimeter crochet hooks. 2-weight fine, wash at 30 degrees, 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Can be dry cleaned, do not iron, do not tumble dry, do not bleach. Made in Turkey, just like the YarnArts. This is the colorway 6, and it's of course tested Oeko-Tex 100, so against any harmful substances. The colorway 6 is named because the difference is also the Cotton Kings Sultan Deluxe have names, where the YarnArt Rosegarden only have a color number. This one is called Blue Moon Diamond. Blue Moon Diamond. I remember I bought this a while ago, so back when these were a bit cheaper than they are now. The prices have increased. Production of yarns has just gone up, the costs for producing yarn. So that's just what it is. So this is probably maybe even a somewhat older label, but I bought this with the idea of making baby blankets. Like I wanted to make maybe a boy's baby blanket, but I'm realizing just one of these is probably a bit too little. I should maybe have then bought 2 cakes. Now I'm not so sure anymore if I want to make baby blankets of it. I'm probably more likely gonna make shawls. And I do really enjoy shawls, so that really wouldn't be a big surprise if that's going to be the case. Then the next I have is the colorway 7, also from Cotton Kings. And I really adore this yarn. This is the Vienna Crowned Emerald. And it has the exact same yarn specs as the Blue Diamond. So we're not going to go through the specs once more. That seems like a waste of our time. But I think this is an absolutely gorgeous. It has a white center. And I just want more of this. I just want more of it. It's soft, it's nice, and I'm a sucker for green. It's just really nice. It does have a brighter center, as you can see on this side. Here it's just kicked up a little bit differently. So Vienna Crowned Emerald, it is gorgeous. I made one of the first shawls I made when I got back into crocheting was also made with a green, and it wasn't exactly this because it started with a green center and then it became more white, more like this, but in a green version. I do believe that's gone out of supply now. They only have this one left. I think this one actually is more gorgeous though. Then let's see if I can actually pick them up in a bit number order. That would be cool, but that's probably not going to be the case. I could wish. Then we have Arile Pink. That is the colorway 18, Arile Pink. So this is a very, very bright pink, like it goes pink and then it just goes to this baby pink in the center. And that was the same idea with this one as when I got the Blue Diamond, that I wanted generally to make some sort of baby blanket with it. In fact, here is in hindsight, it's probably not going to happen because I think a baby blanket with just one of them is possible, but it is on the smaller side. I think it would be really nicer with 2 cakes. So if I decide to make one at some stage, I may have to buy some more yarn in the same colorway. That's the initial thought right now. I still think this one is absolutely gorgeous. Let's see, what do we then have? We have Kora Sundrop. Kora Sundrop is the colorway. Oh, it should be here, but I'm just trying to save my label because it was like partially jumping off. Colorway 22 here, Kora Sundrop. This side is nicer. I remember I bought this because I thought it was actually more yellow, but it's not. Well, it is yellow, don't get me wrong. But here on the outer edge is more mustardy. And I had hoped it was more like the yellow you have here in the center. Like that yellow. And not the mustardy color. So I was partially disappointed. It's not like I don't like it. It just wasn't as bright yellow as the outside as I expected. But more like this, like, could it be like corn? I wouldn't say corn. Wheat flour, like, you know, when you see wheat fields when they're ready for harvest, like a harvest wheat yellow, mustardy yellow, and then it goes this bright. I do really like the brighter how it goes to bright inside here, but this mustard I had not expected. But yeah, I still like the cake. It's just not exactly what I had in mind when I bought it. I still have this idea with it for a shawl, and I want to then combine it with a golden thread to go like a metallic golden thread to combine with it, because I think it would be absolutely gorgeous together. Colorway 22, Kora Sundrop. And I also know that Rosegarden have a yellow similar to this, and I actually debate on what to buy it next time I buy from the store that I know I can get YarnArt Rosegardens from. And then I might actually compare, if I haven't used this cake before, then I might actually compare if they are indeed similar, or if the other one from YarnArt, which I have the idea it's brighter, if that indeed is so. So you have to stay tuned for that video. I do not have a clue when that will be out, if and when. But I have this idea that I want to make a comparison of that one day. We are slowly getting to the end. I do not have that many left of the Cotton Kings, because then we are going into the world of YarnArts. The next Cotton Kings though is the one named Koi Diamond. Koi Diamond is colorway 24 and I think it is so gorgeous. We have this rusty orange to a shiny bright pastel orange. And we have this bright in between. So this is like these orange shades, which I really adore. This is gorgeous. It is so, so gorgeous. And I'm absolutely looking forward to working with this yarn. There's just not much more to say about it. I think it's perfect name for it as well. Because definitely some sort of goldfish color. And it fits here in the Netherlands as we are Dutchies and the national color of the Netherlands is orange. But yeah, I really like this one. It's just in many aspects a gorgeous cake, which I am looking forward to work with. Then we have Upheer Blue, and that is colorway 27, I can see. And I do apologize, I do have my notes here at the left side. I have my PC to help me keep track of the colorways here. And Upheer Blue is this gorgeous one. Upheer Blue, colorway 27. Navy blue to a darker blue. So navy blue to like a dark blue to a royal blue. And then we go into this sort of blue purplish center. It has a tendency of purple in here. It do. I think it's gorgeous. Upheer Blue. And you may have noticed, and we'll talk about that in a minute, that one of my other YarnArt cakes from the Rosegarden is almost similar to this. They're not the exact same, but we will compare them just in a minute. Just in a few minutes. Because we're just going through them one by one. Let's see. The last I have, which is a Cotton Kings, is the Maran Pink. Maran Pink from Cotton Kings. This is how it looks. Pink, yellow, green, blue, purple. This is like rainbow. An absolute rainbow cake. Love the colors, wonderful. Most of these are gonna turn into shawls at some stage. So do not be surprised when you see them turning into shawls. Of course, I had a few ideas for baby blankets. May still happen though, but there's a larger chance that they will turn into shawls. Basically, to make sure that I guess I have everything and enough and so on. Yeah, Rosegarden. What is it about Rosegarden? Rosegarden is a gorgeous yarn. There's not much more to say about this. Bright blue to, yeah, I would say it's like, I'm not sure if it's yellow. It's yellow, cream yellow. It goes into this pastel-y orange. That goes into a brighter orange. And here in the center, you have the very bright orange. So from this lovely blue to this lovely orange in the center. This is not a Cotton Kings. It is the YarnArt Rosegarden. This is a 250 grams. Like the Cotton Kings, they have center start pulls, pull tabs. So 100% cotton, 250 grams. So that is 8.8 ounces to 1,000 meters of yarn. So 1,093 yards. Exact same yarn specs. This one is made in Turkey, just like the Cotton Kings. They classified this as a super fine weight 1, where the Sultan Deluxe classify as a 2 weight, where I'm saying this is like a thick 1, or the Cotton Kings is a thin 2. They really lay in there between. You need 1 for a shawl, you need 2 for a t-shirt, if you knit maybe. They recommend crochet hook 3mm or knitting needles 2.5mm. Iron at low, can be dry cleaned, can be washed at 40 degrees Celsius, so 104 degrees Fahrenheit. Lay flat to dry, do not bleach, do not dry, do not tumble dry. That's how it was. 100% cotton, colorway 317, and we do not have a name for it. We do not have a name for it. And this says you can wash at 40, where the Cotton Kings say wash at 30. That's basically the real only difference on those yarn specs, but still I am reasonably confident that they are the same yarns. Like same factory, different labels. That's my stomach feeling. So 317. The next I have is also YarnArt Rosegarden, and that is the one that is very similar to the Upheer Blue from Sultan Cotton Kings. It's this gorgeous fella. I do have a little bit of something else here. It looks like this is it's in the thread, so there is a connection here somehow. I will need to look into that, but that is not super important for me. That is more for when I'm gonna work with it. I still think it's gorgeous, but as you can see, this keeps more solid blue. But if I take, and this is the YarnArt Rosegarden colorway 325. So let's see, if we hold these two up together, you can see there's difference because this goes purple. But look at these outer edges. They are the same. The blues shading into the same until it starts going more purple, then it remains blue. So they are so similar, these two. They're not the same, definitely not the same, but they're quite similar. And this is probably also the two yarns I have that's closest to the similar, so I can't even make you a 100% comparison video. But the fact is just that when we are talking about the yarn arts and when we are talking about Sultan Cotton Kings, the yarn specs are so close to one another and they feel like the same. So I'm going to say that they are the same yarns, just made on the same factory, different labels, and different prices as well. Can be bought at different stores. Let's see, we have 5 rose gardens left to go through together. And the next one in my row will be this absolutely gorgeous purple to baby pink. And it does have in the very center, it's a bit difficult to see, but it is very bright white here in the very center. So that's a really white. So it does go from this absolutely very gorgeous purple to the white, where it just shortly touches pink, baby pink in between. But this is an absolutely gorgeous yarn. I know that multiple has said that they think it's really gorgeous as well, so I'm definitely not the only one. Colorway 321. Again, it's going to be a gorgeous shawl, like a lot of those here of these yarns. It's a big shawl project. I have to make a bunch of shawls, so I better get started on crocheting many of these shawls. I am, though, if you want to, taking shawl suggestions. So if you have suggestions for specific patterns, that goes very well with these yarns. That takes about 1,000 meters of yarns, or maybe a bit less. Hit me up here in the comments down below. I'm happy to have a look at those shawl patterns to see if I could maybe make one of them with these yarns. And if it's bought patterns, that's okay. Paid patterns from Ravelry, etc. As long as they are in English or Danish, I can probably work with them. Probably even Dutch and German, though I've not really brought myself that deep into those. Diagrams is okay as well. But if you have pattern suggestions for these yarns, for shawls, also please hit me up in the comments down below. And if you haven't done it yet, also do not forget to like this video and subscribe if you do like yarn contents and talking about all these yarns. So the next I have is also a very gorgeous purple yarn, but it is transitioning into green instead of into white. And that is this super gorgeous yarn. It is more of a pastel purple that just goes into this a brighter purple pink to the pink until it goes into this pastel green, which is in the center. I think it's super gorgeous. It's a colorway 312 for those that's interested. I think this is an absolutely gorgeous yarn. And you know, you can clearly see the difference here in the purples, though. This purple here before it transitions is the same as here. So, you know, theoretically, you could maybe cut and clip and match a bit if you wanted to transition from this dark purple into this green. It would be possible, because when I look at it like this and really keep them close to one another, I can see that that might actually work to some extent. Not completely, maybe, but partially. It's tempting. You could theoretically maybe make something, but it's not guaranteed because it doesn't 100% have the right transition, because this one has this, if it went straight into the brighter pink here, it might work, but this is like a bit different than here. The idea is good though. The idea is good. And sometimes we have to embrace the ideas. The next yarn I have, which I also have an idea could probably be combined with one of these, is from a pink to gray. So we have this bright pink that goes into a bit darker pink, and we have a gray center. And this is the colorway 313. And then when I'm thinking and sitting here, I'm like, not this one, but this one could work. The center here, before it goes white, could probably be combined here if you wanted to. The real question is if you think they would work well together though. But it's still gorgeous. You need to watch it a bit because its center seems a little bit loose. Again, we have shawl plans, plenty of shawl plans for these yarns. Then I have another rose garden that is a white, orange, and green. White, yellow, orange, green, and we have a darker green here in the center. This is the colorway 303. I do believe this is one of those I got from Vilrita Yarns in Lithuania back about almost 2 years ago. So I haven't used this one yet. I really should get around starting to use some of these yarns. Again, we are talking shawls here. Not sure which pattern yet, but it will definitely turn into a shawl. And I'm sure it will be becoming a much, very gorgeous shawl for sure. And then the very last cake I have is also maybe, no, it's not the newest rose garden I have, but it is a rose garden that I bought last year. And originally I thought it would be really nice to use this for making this leafy shawl. But then I found the twister cake that I thought was actually fitting better. And I ended up not using this one, so it stayed in my stash. It's brown, lighter brown, to more like olive, and eventually goes this into this olive green, right? So it has this sort of minty light olive green before it goes into this darker olive green. So I actually already have a pattern thought out for this, because while it's not what I originally wanted to make, I did decide on a pattern for it, and I think it's gonna work out really nice. So the pattern I want to make with this is the Ichor shawl. Ichor shawl is made by KAME Crochet. It is a hobby pattern. It is a hobby plus pattern. I'll actually try to link to it here down below. I made it for Christmas. It is also known a bit like a Christmas tree shawl because the pattern is like a filet crochet and it looks like Christmas trees. Maybe it's more like a scarf actually, the Ichor scarf, Ichor shawl, I'm not sure. It's a scarf, it's like long, rectangular. And what I want to do is when you crochet this, you start with the trunks at the bottom and you kind of make trees and they stand on top of each other all the way. And I want to start on the outside of this cake so that the trunks it goes greener as we go up, like just on the tree crowns. And I think this could be absolutely gorgeous to do so with. So I'm going to make the Ichor scarf / shawl with this cake. It's gonna be one of my summer projects. And it's also one of these projects that I can make reasonably mindlessly once I get going. I just need to remember how the pattern went. I did do this pattern back at Christmas for the Christmas scarf that I made with the Universe yarns. And I also feel that it will work up really nice with this. Time will have to show, but I have a good stomach feeling about it. So I've decided that is what's gonna happen with this exact cake. I did forget to mention you the color number of this, and it is the number 322, colorway 322. And this one is gonna be with the Acre scarf once we're done. So I hope you will enjoy me on that ride. So that is definitely a new scarf project that I have coming up on this channel for all of my yarn talks. Pretty much. Yeah, I think we got it all covered. This is all my Rose Gardens and Sultan Deluxe. And I think the conclusion is just that, you know, feeling on this yarn, everything else, you know, I've said it so many times already in this video. I am 99.99% sure that these yarns are produced on the same factory. They are just different colors and they have different labels, different prices, but that's how it is. So I hope you enjoyed this time around. If you haven't done yet, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and, you know, hit the thumbs up if you like the video. And then I'm gonna say, take care and happy crafting until see you again. And yeah, stay healthy. Bye.